mic sounds right. Check one. My mic sounds right. Check two. No, I'm just kidding. So I did a previous video, guys, talking about if you're stupid, you shouldn't travel overseas. That may have came off harshly, but I mean it, and I'm going to double down on that today. And that's not to say that people who cannot travel, or correction, those who can travel shouldn't do it. I'm just saying that if you're a highly credulous person, stay home. Really, I mean, stay home. People take advantage of stupid people overseas, stupid tourists, um, Americans, so forth. Don't do it. But if you can travel, by all means do so. Shout out to Richie Mack and his Zoom to Thailand channel. He's showing brothers how to do it. Okay, and I wish more black men would travel because a lot of us don't travel, and because of that, they tend to have a myopic view of the world, which is bad. Or they want to, or for some reason, there's a there's a whole thing with some brothers clowning the guys who can travel, which just doesn't make sense. And I'm not going to get into that today. What I want to instead talk about is the fact that some people go overseas and they seem to lose their damn mind. Like, I don't understand. Like, you travel 8,000 miles to get into relationships or whatever, and it's like you lost 20 IQ points or something. For real. Why would you go to the Philippines or Thailand just to date prostitutes? Seriously. I mean, kudos to you. Excuse me. Kudos to you if you want to go overseas and sow your royal oats, so to speak. That's cool, but don't wifey these chicks. Like, no. Why would you do that? If you wouldn't do that here in the U.S. or in Europe, why would you do that in the Philippines or Thailand? Dating these bar girls or these baby mamas looking for someone to take care of them because the local guy that they screwed doesn't want to take care of them. Don't do that. Now, I have more sympathy for the single mothers in those destitute countries. They were still making bad decisions, but this typically happens with these girls in younger ages. And I can't speak so much as for Thailand, but in the Philippines, the conservative nature of the culture just it you know, it has its ups and downs. I'll say that much. But you're dating bar girls, and by the way, I don't care what she calls herself, because some bar girls are in denial of what they do. Bar girls are prostitutes. They are literally given a fine, and it works in different ways. Sometimes you pay a bar fine to the establishment itself for the girl, or you pay a bar fine to them, and then you pay a separate tip to the girl once you have her to do as you will. But in any case, they're prostitutes. Now they might say, "Well, I'm not a bar girl. I work the door. I'm a door girl, or I'm a dancer, or I'm a waitress." Yeah, okay. The people who run that establishment only hire those women for the fact that they can bring in guys to either drink their liquor or to solicit them for bar fines. That's it. Okay, so they're fucking. Okay, I don't care if she's the waitress, dancer, or the door girl. They're bar girls and ergo prostitutes. Then you have the women who just, go on Facebook and or Telegram and those other platforms and just try to solicit a bunch of Westerners for money. Don't do that. Why are you doing that? I don't care what hard luck case she gives you. The dumbest one, well, one of the dumbest ones, because there's quite a few. Some usually they'll tell you that someone is sick, their mother, their baby, their father, something like that, in a hospital, and they need money to take care of them. That's the most common one you hear. The other one, which is far dumber to me, is that they need to buy milk for their baby. What? You don't have titties? Isn't that exactly what mammals have evolved for? To lactate and feed their children breast milk? So you need to buy that? Now I know some women might need to buy soy milk. What? Not soy milk. I'm sorry. Buy the formula from time to time, but you have titties, okay? So I'm not trying to hear that. And like I said, these guys fall for this dumb stuff. They go overseas, they get scammed, they fall into these romance scams. Um, they date low class women, and mind you, the low class women that they see on Facebook are not the majority. They are actually the minority. Once you're boots on the ground, you'll find there are many of good Panays in the Philippines. There are plenty of good Thais in Thailand. But a lot of these dudes are just bums, so they go for the easy slay. So they go to these red light districts and want to date low class women and expect good results out of that. Well, good luck with that. I'm sure it happens to a few, but not to the majority. If you want to date red light district girls, hey, go for it. But don't expect great results out of that. Don't do stupid stuff overseas. Don't go there getting into fights, dating low class girls, not protecting your valuables, so you get stuck in that country and then you have to try to go to your embassy and beg for a way to get back home. Don't do these stupid things, okay? I could just go on and on about some of the stuff I've heard. One guy who, unfortunately, was a former Army counter intel guy, so he's a veteran like myself, told me how he went to a bar where they drugged his drink and they took him outside and beat him up, tried to rob him. So you're literally counter intel. Shouldn't you have better instincts on things like this? Seriously. What the fuck? I mean, I guess for one, I'm more cynical anyway, just because I don't drink at all, and I definitely wouldn't drink in a sketchy looking place. And if I was so inclined that I really needed to drink something, then it probably still wouldn't be alcohol. But if I did, I would get something that's unopened, so I know it hasn't been tampered with. Those are the kind of precautions that you make, especially if coming from a military background. So that's just me, okay? But guys, if you are going to travel overseas, and like I said, I really think you should, unless you're stupid, don't. But if you're going to travel, do better things. Stop going 8,000 miles just to date a prostitute. That really doesn't make sense. There's so many people I know who've done that, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Okay?